Right, we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way for the post-match reaction for the FA Cup game against Everton. Man United get the job just about done, 3-1. I know the scoreline mightn't sound that we just about got the job done, but Tom, how are you? First of all,
I'm grand, are you?
Yeah. As I said, the scoreline might look like Man United cruise, but if you watch the game, it wasn't easy.
No, like we certainly we were sloppy at times. Like we didn't play the best, but honestly, I mean, we got the job done. Marcus Rashford, that guy is absolutely unbelievable. Like I can't find one time that guy did like a bad pass. Like his first touch was on point, his passing was on point. That guy was absolutely perfect. Absolutely, he was. His before, and it was good that he got the penalty at the end to score because Marcus Rashford was absolutely fantastic. I know, fair enough, it wasn't our best game, but Marcus Rashford, that guy was absolutely unbelievable.
He is just like...
Oh, the Ten Hag has changed him. I knew Ten Hag was going to change him. Like, he's actually so good.
Yeah, Rahul says, good game, we deserve to go through. We did deserve to go through. You know,
we did, it's because it's Everton, like, to be fair, but like, Everton, to be honest, Everton actually didn't even play that bad. Like, I mean, defensively they were solid enough for a while there. Like, but even we were just on too good form. We just cranked them up. Like, but yeah, no, we deserved to win, but we still didn't play the best though.
Yeah, like I was looking at a few positives. I was like, this is a side that got a draw against City at the Etihad. So
that's true. I mean, they drew against a pretty strong City team, to be fair, and we beat them 3-1. Like, I mean, and even we're still not playing great some games where we're winning comfortably, like, where we're winning pretty good. Like, I mean, today, Bournemouth, Wolves, like we're still getting really good results. Like,
yeah, ugly wins is what you'd call
like,
it.
no, maybe I wouldn't say ugly. I mean, like we're still playing well, but we're just being a bit sloppy, and we're just not quite being as comfortable as we should be making it. Like, but we're still getting the wins, and like you'd definitely rather win ugly than lose and play well. Like, I mean, no, so we're certainly like I'm impressed by it. Like, we're actually getting better and better.
Yeah, Rahul, spot on. Can't perform like this against City. No, you can't.
Oh no,
but
we can't perform against City. We can't, like, but
I don't think you will.
No, I think technically the right reaction for Like, I mean, we'll definitely won't be as sloppy when we're against them.
Yeah, that's it. Obviously, we moved back to an hour before the game. Team lineup, were you happy with it? Would you have made any changes or?
I thought it was good enough lineup. I thought it was perfect. I mean, I wouldn't have really changed, to be fair. I know we've got Charlton on Tuesday, so doesn't like no harm in going a bit full strength today, and obviously maybe on Tuesday putting through the rest of the players. Oh no, the team I was really happy with it, to be fair. I thought it was a really good team.
Yeah, I mean, you predicted our team yesterday, and I mean, I think the only difference was
Martial for Garnacho. No, Martial for Garnacho and Malacia for Martinez.
Yeah, I said, yeah, I think me and you, I kind of went, like our back five was the same. Obviously, I'm throwing the hate in there. Yeah. I said, but me and you said Fred Casemiro. I said Martial would start.
Oh, actually, no, Ericsson for Fred. That's another one. We said Fred would start by Ericsson, mate.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you look back at that game, it just goes to show, like, you can't like sit back and let teams like Everton get past you. Because I felt like I feel like, again, I'm not trying to say, looking back at last season, but the United of last season, we probably would have lost that game.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, last season we would have lost 100%. Last season, like at least half games we won the season, we would have lost last season.
Yeah. Rahul says Anthony got to make some changes to his game. Yeah, he's got to up his game a lot, though, hasn't he?
He does, yeah. I mean, it takes time. Like, he's still very young. Like, some of these players, they gotta take time. But like, he wants to cop on a bit now. Like, I mean, he's still like, he's okay on the ball, and then he can he can make some good, nice, skillful moves. But like, you'd be expecting for someone he was 90 million. Like, you'd be expecting much better. Like, he'd want to improve a bit. But I do trust him. Like, I do think he will improve. Like, but we just gotta be a bit patient.
Yeah. Yeah.
really just have to be patient.
I'm glad you scored, as you said, Tom. You could have scored that. Anyone could, it's tap in. Yeah. The first 10, 15 minutes we started off great, Tom. I thought this is going to be an easy night for United.
Oh, yeah, no. First, like, when they scored, we just got a bit unsettled. Like, we were still decent the whole first half. Just when they scored, we got a bit unsettled. They were sitting back a lot. Like, I mean, Ericsson just about missed. He just went over the bar. Someone forced, Rashford made a good save, first good save. Schmeichel, Martial did as well. Oh, no, first half we were solid. Like, first 50 minutes, we were very good, I thought. Like, Rashford, like, Casemiro was a bit sloppy, but he was decent enough. Like, then some other players, they were doing pretty well. Like, I thought Dalot was okay. Varane, did you see the skill with Varane in the first half? Remember, he was up against someone and he just did you see that?
Oh, it's just like he's so far up. He's nearly having a nosebleed. He's that far up the pitch.
I know.
Was that the one?
Fair play.
Yeah,
Varane, he impressed me.
Yeah, I think can't got mad at him though because that could have been lip syncing wrong if you want to say lip reading wrong.
Oh no, it's risky for your centre half to be that far up, but like not to be.
He's kind of like get back, and he might have coursed halfway through that in defence.
I probably did,
but I was just like, can Varane play striker?
Yeah, no, but fair play to him, like though.
Rahul Fred was exceptional when he came on. I thought he was okay. It wasn't as great as
to be fair, for the job for the 15-20 minutes he was on, he did pretty well. Like he made it for a nice few passes here and there, to be fair. There was one nice pass trick. I remember he had like three around him. He just gave it to McTominay. I think that led up to the penalty, I think. But no, Fred was solid. Fred did pretty well. Both subs were decent enough. Like, I mean, Maguire and McTominay didn't have to do so much. But the subs, Garnacho was pretty good.
I think when Iwobi went off for them, though, when Iwobi went off, they kind of went flat.
Yeah.
Another comment, went down overconfidence. Yeah, I felt like we did really.
We were just a bit sloppy. I think we just, because we saw how bad Everton were, and we were thinking it'd be a walk in the park. Like, Everton kind of caught us by surprise a bit. Like, look, the goal, that's what, when they scored, that's what set us off. They like, it was one little mistake like that can kind of just throw you off a bit. That's what happened. Like, if that
sloppy goal,
I think we would have been okay if it didn't happen. Like, you see, when the one little mistake like that happens, like, you're not going to expect it all. It kind of just throws you off. Like, that happens to anyone. Like, we're still building on the confidence, so it was kind of going to just like set us off a little bit. I think that the mistake kind of set us off. Like, but other than that, we were pretty solid. I thought. Like, it kind of just made us a bit shaky. Like.
Yeah, I mean, I think we said yesterday, Everton are going to be hard to break down if they go to a back five, and they did go to a back five, so they were hard to beat that to break down. I mean, you spoke about the goal, Everton's goal. Such a sloppy, stupid goal.
Like I know the hate's been good recently, so I'm not going to go too hard on them, man.
Yeah.
But to be honest, that was just poor. I'm sorry, like it was poor.
Yeah, I mean, again, obviously when you're in the moment and the ball's coming at you, I mean, what would you have done? Would you have, maybe kind of put your leg down?
I would have tried going out. Do you know how he's good with his saves with his feet? Like, just put your left foot out and kind of take it like to the side there where someone would have been. I would have. I mean, I'm not exactly good at football, like a goalkeeper myself, like, but I can see what he was trying to do, but it just went completely out of plan. Just stick one foot out and kind of make it clear a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I don't know if someone was there or not, like, but that's what I would have done. But like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking. I said, who do we blame from the goal? Do we blame? He was. I think it was Mope, but I don't know. I'm not sure he was near Mope at the time. When he bet the ball and then.
Yeah, Dalot was next to Cody. I don't remember who's near. I forget who was near Mope, but I remember Dalot was next to Cody. Yeah,
Dalot kind of shouldered Cody, and I thought he was still gonna score a shoulder him or not. Like, it was a simple goal. So you can say both teams got two easy goals tonight. Well, Cody did get 2 goals tonight. So I'm out of the match to Conor Cody. I mean, Rahul says line up for Charlton. Honestly, I mean, we'll talk about that lineup quick. I do think Butland will start. I think we'll see a debut for Butland.
Yeah, I'd say start Butland. I mean, like we're on good for his Charlton. Like they're like Championship League 1. Oh, no, start Butland. Yeah, no, Butland will fine.
Last year, I do think it'll be Martinez and Maguire. I do think Maguire will start.
Probably, yeah.
Wan-Bissaka right back, midfield. Honestly, man, I can see McFred. But
Probably, yeah.
that could change. Well, obviously, that'll be for the preview, but just
Yeah.
that'll be a little kind of taste. I mean, I'm pretty sure me and your team will probably reasonably be the same, anyways. But
Yeah.
we'll find that out on Monday.
Mm.
But so far, Bruno Calm, Garnacho, Rashford. No, Joe what? Scratch that. Garnacho, Anthony, Rashford. I'm sorry, Tom. Martial, another bad game. What do you think of him? Very
It's not that
quiet.
he was just a bit. I don't think Martial was bad, but he was like he was a bit quiet. You know, I thought he made some few. You know, he had a few okay passes. He had a one shot, to be fair, that was close enough. Like, I mean, it was a quiet game. It was just like you'd want your strike to have more of an impact, but I wouldn't say it was just quiet. It wasn't bad. It was a bit quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Martial, he's a bit all over the place. Do you know what I mean? Good and bad good and bad days. I mean, who else was there? I mean, Luke Shaw played centre back once again. Didn't do too bad,
He was decent. He was
but
decent.
he is inclined to forget that, you know, stay
Yeah, I mean,
centre back, don't go to the.
that when you play someone opposition like that, and it's the first game they're good, they're gonna be a bit shaky. Like that's what's gonna really happen. That's football. Like, but not he was okay. He wasn't great, but he wasn't bad either. Like.
Yeah, that's it. Uh, I mean, the stats at half time were, I was reading them out. I'll read them out now in a minute. Uh, I mean, we were still dominating, but it just didn't look like that. I felt like Everton were the better team in the first half, in parts, obviously.
Yeah.
We were more solid, we had an okay enough bench. They brought down Dominic Calvert-Lewin on. Uh, I mean, that offside goal that Everton got, we did talk about it before you went live. Do you agree with VAR?
Oh
And
yeah.
say,
100%.
rightly so, good decision for it by the ref and, well, the VAR.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We're looking at this game kind of worry in squad and like depth wise. Like, I mean, our squad depth's always been shit. Like, let's face the truth here.
It's not great, but like as time goes, it'll get better and better. We'll make new signs, hopefully in the summer. Maybe someone else in January. I don't know, but
Yeah.
we're like I'm just happy we're getting results. We're certainly the team's building some bond. Like I'm liking the pass. Like the players know where they're going to be, and like the passing can be very on point sometimes. Like there was a good few times there where the passing was just really really good. It's nice, quick. None of this hovering with the ball, like nonsense. Like I'm liking it. We're showing good process, good progress. Sorry.
Yeah. Rahul says we play fast-paced football, but at times it's all too rushed. They need to be patient. Yeah, we were just. It's not that like I don't think we ran out of ideas. It was just kind of trying to find out how do we break this Everton team down.
Yeah.
I mean, I said at the start of the game, Seamus Coleman against Marcus Rashford, like it's going to be an easy one for Rashford.
I know it's a bit off topic, but Seamus Coleman's got a bit fat. I don't know about you, but
They were actually singing at Seamus Coleman, you fat bastard, you fat
I know,
bastard.
yeah. Like I know that's me, but like I know, I just noticed that like the fans are torturing.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you're doing this, you don't hear, but like they're making sure to let them know,
Oh yeah,
listen,
mate, yeah.
you're.
Even we from watching the match, I heard it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's yeah, I mean, we're Irish. He's not even good for Ireland. Let's be honest.
yeah, I'm sure he's getting old now. I'm sure he's like
Yeah.
30, he's mid-30s. Like,
Yeah, I mean, this is totally off topic. But you might play if we make it the Euro qualifiers. If you make it to the Euros competition itself, then here we go. That's if even. Anyways, back to United. I mean, looking at the game today, would you reckon anyone there that you'd look at and say, yeah, he was brutal,
Brewers and like good.
bad?
Oh, no one was terrible. Like, I mean, there was a few like Anthony wasn't great. Casemiro was very hit and miss. De Gea, like, other than the mistake, he wasn't really tested. I wouldn't say anyone was like really bad, but then like the only like exception, like Rashford was absolutely fantastic. There was a few players who were like decent, they were okay, and there was a few not great ones, but like there was no one terrible. Like I mean, everyone was at least like okay, maybe. Like there was no one shocking. Like
Yeah, no, that is very very true. I mean, the defense was reasonably sound.
Varane was good, Shaw was okay, Dallo was okay. Malacia, there was a few times he was a bit shaky, but overall he was alright. Like they were okay. They were
Yeah.
great, but they weren't terrible either. Like Varane was the best. Varane was Varane didn't put foot wrong.
No, I mean, as you said, he was halfway up the pitch. I think it was him against Amari Gray.
Yeah, it was. I look at someone. I forget who it was, but he did a very good skill.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything good came out of it. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I mean, again, it's not related to United or Everton. What do you think of the ref?
I thought he was shocking. I thought like Everton, and I have to mention this now. Adama Decore, you are an absolute disgrace. The ball, man, he was so like he just kept following Rashford and like just like diving like a pussy. Man,
Like, there was a thing at the end where he was like, it was at the end. He was like, yellow card. He was like, give the yellow card to Rashford. I was like,
oh, I remember, man. He
missed the ball, mate.
He's cheeky. He's cheeky, but man, if you're watching that, you are a disgrace. I hope you get your legs broken. No mercy.
I don't think he's gonna be watching, but you never know.
you never know. No, but I think he wasn't great. He wasn't great. Everton, like there was multiple times where we just like kind of went near them and they'd fall over. Like football's a physical game. You're gonna get pushed over. It's a physical game. You can't just roll on the floor like a baby. Like it is actually disgraceful.
Yeah, that is. I mean, the first half, like some stupid decisions. Like even on United's behalf, I was a bit like, right, that might end up being a free kick.
Oh, he was rubbish. He was too soft. He was way too soft.
He was rubbish at both ends. I mean, I don't even know what the fella's name is. I don't really want to know, to be honest.
He was way too soft. That's what he was.
Just once we never get that referee, I'm not sure if you remember, the referee that referee at the Argentina versus Netherlands game, he kept like 17 yellow cards or something mad like that. Exactly. Yeah, you just know that you're going to get a player sent off when he's refereeing against you. Man, would you call it a typical FA Cup Friday night performance?
I guess so, yeah. No, I would. I mean, it was a bit shaky, but we were a better team and got the job done, so yeah.
I mean, a win's a win. Okay. Shaky win. I mean, there was times
a bit shaky. Yeah, it was a bit shaky. Like, there was times we weren't great, but I mean, overall we were the better, more confident team, and you would think we deserved to win at the end of the day, and we did win. So full marks to us.
That's it. Right, I guess get well soon. Iwobi. I mean, did Malacia get the ball there?
He did. Malacia got the ball.
Yeah.
Malacia got the ball. Like I don't see why Iwobi's like crying. Like I'm not trying to be like harsh. Like that didn't even look a bad tackle to me. Like, it was a bit rash, but like I've seen worse.
Van de Beek was worse.
Oh, Van de Beek's much worse. Yeah, and Iwobi's there crying, and he's got the whole Everton team around him. Like, what are you crying for?
It sounded so like Roy Keane there, Tom. If you don't mind me saying.
It's like a little kid. You took a sweet off the little kids. They're fucking crying like.
Oh God, Roy Keane, if you're watching, hit us up. Yeah, I mean it's you just don't know. I mean, then that Decore player came on. I want to talk. I mean, set pieces, Tom. Today, obviously, a penalty was the only set. Wouldn't even call it a set piece, but we scored from some sort of a set piece. What do you think of corners and free kicks? I mean, there's still a lot to be improved on with them.
Rashford's free kick at the end wasn't too bad. It was just a bit too high. The corners, they weren't the worst, but I mean, like they're getting there. I mean, they weren't too bad, like, but scoring from a corner at the end of the day is pretty rare. Like, I mean, but. They weren't the worst. Like I can see, like we scored a corner against Nottingham Forest, and like certainly like they weren't the worst, but didn't matter at the end.
Yeah, no, that is true. I mean, there was when Ericsson went off to Bruno was on corners. He kept trying to give it out to Fred on the edge of the box, and have someone else there, have an attacker there instead of Fred.
Yeah.
Even like a Luke Shaw. Do you know what I mean? Not Fred. Like I mean, not no disrespect to Fred, but he's not a player that could take a decent shot from outside the box. Well, he did score
scores
a good
long
goal
shot.
against.
If you take 20 long shots, you'll score like maybe one, and they'll always like he scored that one. Like it's not how you're playing. Like, he scores one long shot out of 20, and you always have the high hope. Oh, this might be the day he scores another one. It's one of them. Like
Yeah, I mean, I don't like. I just like the only goal I think he did score from. I don't know if it was outside the box or just on the edge of the box was Rangnick's first game. Fred
Spurs.
Spurs. That was deflected, so I don't think he scored.
Yeah, deflected, yeah.
But no, it's still his goal. Like you're right, spot on that one out, definitely. I mean, I have the stats here. So shots, Man United had 17 shots to Everton's 8. We Man United 7 shots on target, Everton 5 shots on target. Possession 58% United, 42% Everton. Man United made 498 passes to Everton's 366. Pass accuracy. Are you one of those people, Tom, that you look into percentages like pass accuracy and that, or?
Sometimes depends for like if I'm in the mood. Like if we win and I'm happy and I'm feeling productive, I will. But if I'm feeling like a bit burnt out after a tight game, that's probably I just tend to stay away from them usually. But like I might read them the day after or something.
Yeah. So Man United had 87% pass accuracy to Everton's 80%. Not sure what these matter, but we made 10 fouls, Everton made 8. We only had one yellow card in the game. I think that was Bruno.
Yeah.
Everton had 3, no red cards, thank God. We had no offsides. I swear we had an offside or 2.
I don't remember one, to be fair.
Everton had 2, 8 corners to us, 2 to Everton. I mean, Everton did stick 2 in the back of the net. Obviously, it was just allowed one of those goals. So, and you look at it and think, it'd be nice if we could improve on that. Or
yeah, no, it was a bit sloppy, but like you're going to get games. To be fair, I mean, as I said, the mistake at the beginning kind of threw us off a bit. Like, but that's just kind of bad. But look, maybe another day that wouldn't most games that wouldn't really happen. So you still feel a bit structured. Like even after when one goal goes in, you kind of feel a bit rattled. Like, well, yeah, you can work on it. Like, but it was just kind of a bit of bad luck, really. I mean, at the end of the day, like it's a little bit of luck when it comes to that thing, sort of stuff. So just gotta just hope we're a bit luckier usually. I mean, that rarely even happens, to be fair, but yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking at the lineups here. Our highest rated player
has to be Rashford.
Yeah.
Obviously, Rashford was the best player by country mile on that pitch. No.
Everton's was Jordan Pickford.
I thought Pickford was okay. Damari Gray was their best player, I thought, but the Pickford was alright.
There was Pickford, Damari Gray.
That's fair, yeah.
Mikaleko, Idris Anagay. This is on Google though, so God knows. God knows.
They don't even know what about.
Yeah.
Probably just pick say, I'll pick you. You played well. They didn't even watch the match.
You scored. Ah, yeah, we give him highest rated. Yeah.
Just say you scored. It doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah. We'll go through player ratings and we'll talk a bit more about this game. If we have any more to talk about after. We'll start off with David De Gea.
5.
5, yeah. The goal that
4.
Shroff did better, and I don't think he had that much to do in the second half. Like, not a lot. Kind of reminded me of the Bournemouth game a bit. Do you know what I mean? Obviously not as easy as that.
It was good then.
Yeah. Malacia.
6.
Gonna give him 5.5. Luke Shaw, not his usual position.
6.
6, yeah. Varane.
So I'll go 6.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Delo.
6.
I'm gonna give him a 5.5. Probably a bit too harsh, but honest opinions, that's what we do. Ericsson.
6. He was okay.
6. Yeah. Casemiro.
I'll give him a 6. Another 6.
6. Yeah, I mean, I'll give him a 6.5. Probably a bit too much, but Anthony did score a goal, easy goal.
5.5.
I'm gonna give him a 5. Spot on. Because it's Friday. If it wasn't Friday, a Friday, I would have given him a 4. But
Yeah.
it's Friday. It'll be nice. Bruno Fernandes.
6.5. Yeah, 6.5.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. The man we're always praising by the looks of it. Rashford.
10.
10.
Honestly, 10. I thought he was that good.
I'm just gonna say at least like
He
9.
involved in all 3 of the goals. I actually give him a 10. Honestly, he was that. He impressed me that much.
I give him yeah. 9. Did he get? I think he got assist for Anthony's goal. Did he?
He assisted Anthony's goal.
Yeah.
He put the ball in for the own goal and then scored a penalty. So yeah.
And I'm expecting this to be low. You might prove me wrong. Martial.
5.5.
Yeah, 5 is what I'll give him. Who came on pretty early in the game? I don't know. Martinez came on.
I think it's 6. Give Martinez a 6. He didn't do too much.
Fred.
6.5.
But Tommy and Maguire came on late, didn't he? Kind of so.
Yeah, I'll give him about 6. Like the 2 other guys 6. They were just.
So all the subs just throw a 6 at basically, just to be nice. Yeah. No, I think that's the best way to do it. I mean, since talking about Rashford, we talked about him yesterday. We talk about him nearly all the time now. You cannot talk about him because he's doing very well. He needs to call the Gakpo, right?
Yeah. The turnaround that guy has had. I'll be honest. Last season, I was saying we should sell him. Last season I had given up on him nearly, but I was thinking I saw Ted come in. I was like, you never know. Just maybe. I was thinking when Ted came in, there's a chance here that we can turn Rashford around and look at Rashford. As I said before, Rashford did not go full wrong today. Every first touch, every pass, he was absolutely phenomenal. Really good for Anthony's goal. Good playing skill for the own goal, and then obviously solid penalty at the end. I know maybe I'm being a bit generous giving him a 10. Honestly, I thought he was that good. Maybe, as I said, I'm feeling it's Friday. We're in the next FA Cup. Maybe I'm being a bit generous. But I honestly, he amazed me that much. He was absolutely superb.
I mean, I also remember you said, spot on. You said Ten Hag's his last chance.
That's the thing. Ten Hag was the last chance, and he's taking his last chance. Some players wouldn't be able to do that, but he is. And that just proves he was always a good player, but he had always the aspects here and there that he wasn't quite getting right. And he's getting more clinical. He's he is improving so much. I'm so impressed. To see. I've always liked Rashford. I mean, I saw his debut in the flesh, his Premier debut in the flesh, obviously, and he's always my favorite player, and he still is now. But fair play to him.
I mean,
fair play to him. He's absolutely magnificent.
I mean, if I had to pick top 3 favorite players at United, not in order, obviously. I'm not going to do it in order, but it'd be Martinez, obviously.
Martinez, Rashford, and
Martinez, Rashford, and
Fernandes. I put Fernandes there.
Fernandes or Casemiro?
Yeah, Casemiro's for me. He comes a close fourth, but Fernandes has been doing it for too long. And he was really good back. He's been really good for us overall. I know he wasn't great last season, but he's just that good. I have to put him there. Casemiro's close. Casemiro's very, very close, but
Rashford's more like a fan's favourite now.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's a fan's favourite. I mean, he looks as fit as ever. Do you know? He looks as fit as ever.
He came from the academy, to be fair, and all that. So he'd be hard not to .
That's it. I mean, I think Ten Hag is obviously dealing with Rashford. You know, the situation where last season it was just he was stuck in a rut. Nothing was going well for him. Just games where he was probably barely on
Oh,
the
he's out with
bench.
Burnley. I mean, he's as well with Sancho as well. Obviously, the whole problem with him, he's dealing with it perfectly, giving him all the time. Like, you take the time away, you recover, come back when you want to. Honestly, he's dealing with it very well. Like, I mean, Ten Hag knows to deal with players.
I think Ten Hag's dealt with every situation at the club very
So
well.
far, he's just absolutely like he's dealt with everything brilliant. Like, I mean, I'm actually so surprised at how well he's doing with these things, but he is doing it perfectly and absolutely fair play to him.
Yeah. Will we see I'd like to see, but a good return of Sancho. I mean, Tom, he has. We thought Rashford last season was low. He's a step lower, man.
I think so. Honestly, I have high hopes in him. Like,
Yeah.
it might take time, but like you gotta be patient with these players. He's still young. He's only like 22. He's only 22. You gotta be patient with these players. You be patient with them. You give them a good chance. Maybe some of them get more than one chance, but eventually it will pay off. Be patient with him. Give him time. Now, there's no guarantee at work. He could still have the same problems. Like, he's not the best player. Well, I'll admit, like, he's not exactly the best player. But you be patient with him. You give him time. You give him support. That's a strong. Give him support. Then you might see a good Sancho.
Yeah. Because I mean, with if you really think of it, at the moment, he's probably what a third choice. With Rashford out playing great because we play him on the left wing. So that's what I'm going off. Obviously, we have Garnacho as well. He's doing well. He's doing okay. His form's.
He's getting better and better. No, he was solid. No, he's good. Like, he was solid.
Like,
when he came on today, he was pretty
his
solid.
aggression is good.
A penalty. He was solid. He was good. Like,
I love his aggression. And he
wants
to.
He's good desires. He's very passionate. He's good desire.
He wants to not just show Ten Hag, but show the fans that he wants to do well. He's doing well.
Yeah.
I mean, he scored a few goals for himself, a few winners. A nice winner or two. One against Fulham, if you can remember that one.
I obviously remember that. Yeah.
I mean, then even look at the right. I mean, we're right. I feel like if Sancho was to come back, would you play him on the left where you mightn't get as much game time?
I put him on the right.
Yeah. Because we're more like a Lange.
No. He's done.
I think Everton are interested in loaning him. So I'd like to see that.
He's not going anywhere. I honestly loan him out. Like he's like a last child in the shop. Like, honestly, I'll get rid of him.
Amad Diallo seems to be firing in the. Is it Championship League One?
Yeah. No, he's doing well. I saw a goal he scored recently. Fabulous. Amad Diallo's a good player. You gotta just let him go out for a year or two, and then kind of just try a bit lower, and then see what he's got to offer when you give him a bit of time in the higher. Like that's basically. It's just time with these players. You just got to give them time.
That's it. I mean, I think Ten Hag he's keeping his hopes up with some players. He's sticking to what he knows. As we said yesterday and in other streams, he doesn't have his favourites.
He doesn't. He's very fair.
And I think we realised that when you drop Ronaldo, he has no favourites. You know what I mean? You're not gonna. No one's gonna drop Ronaldo. No manager's gonna be interested in dropping Ronaldo. But we'll make the manager. What are we gonna rate Ten Hag, and then we'll.
7. I give it like 7. Subs were good. Team was pretty good. Reacted pretty well. I thought after we went level. Overall, solid enough display. I know he will be a bit unhappy that we were a bit sloppy, but I give him 10 out of 7. Solid display.
I'm probably gonna know this answer. Man of the match.
Oh, Rashford, 100%.
Right, yeah. I agree. No, I agree. I definitely agree with you, Tom, 100%. I think we've gotten to some sort of the thing. Good week for United. 2 wins from 2. Obviously, the clean sheet. I would have liked us to make 5 clean sheets, but De Gea can blame himself on that one. I reckon he'll take responsibility.
Oh, he will, yeah.
But as you said, he's been playing well often, so you can't really go mad at him. one-off. It's not like Maguire where it happens every week.
Yeah.
But next game is Charlton. We have 2 days off to watch FA Cup. Hopefully, a few big guns get knocked out. Well, a big gun is definitely going to get knocked out between City and Chelsea. Hopefully, it's City. Hopefully, Liverpool get knocked out, and whoever else. But I mean, not sure I'll be back over the weekend. Well, check out on the Instagram, but more than likely be back on Monday for the preview and watch along on Tuesday for the Charlton quarterfinals, another knockout competition. But yeah, that's been the preview yesterday. Watch along today. This has been the post match. Tom, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it as always.
Welcome.
And thanks for watching, and hit the subscribe button. I will talk to you in a bit. Have a good one. Come on, United. We move on. Or the Reds go marching on. See you all in a bit.